Our friends at CRC have done this 2 times now? 3 times? 2 times.
This is the second time.
Yeah, this is the second time. So they have commissioned us to find a car, work on it, build it, make it better, and then they take it to the auction and they auction it off. And the proceeds all go to scholarships for students in the tech industry, which is really super special and near and dear to our hearts. And a lot of you watching will agree that that is so needed and also very appreciated from a company that we all know and love, CRC, Brake Clean, all the good products that we always use. We're very grateful to work with those guys, and we're really grateful that they give us an opportunity to work on awesome cars and make them better. As you know, we have to modify stuff, have to make it better, and then go auction it off and be a part of donating that money to kids and young people that are coming up in an industry that is really important.
It is.
Really, really important. So this is a 57 Chevy, and we bought it as a really nice car. I mean, the underside of this thing is gorgeous. The restoration is top notch. But y'all know we had to go and do other stuff to it and make it better. So
He's just a good old boy who loves burning rubber and driving fast.
Now at the Atlanta airport after flying out this morning, and I am on my way to Lutz Race Cars. So I do have some friends that are coming to meet me, and they're already like chauffeurs or something. The trunk is up. I've got professional drivers to drive me around. You know, when you win the U.S. Nationals, these things happen.
Look who's here! It's Emily and Eric.
here we are. Dude,
Good to see you.
Winner, chicken dinner. I can't wait to give you a hug.
How crazy is this?
Dude.
All right, so
I'll take the hug. You get one too.
Absolutely.
So
You
proud of
ready?
you. Yeah.
so you know this routine. You're going to learn this routine.
I'm going to learn it, yeah. I'm pretty adaptable.
Well,
I'll figure it out.
I suspect so. So let's go.
Dude, let's let up.
Hi, honey, we're home.
Guys made it.
You trying to break an ankle on the skateboard there?
What?
You trying to break an ankle on the skateboard?
No. How are you? What's going on, man? How are you, buddy? Doing good? It's a beautiful.
All right, what y'all think?
It's very straight from this angle. I aspire to build something that nice.
It's so beautiful.
It
In the
is.
photos and videos, I was thinking it was red, but it's kind of an orangey red.
We're calling it CRC red.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
It's
she's
close.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's got a lot of good parts on it.
it does.
Look how clean it is under here.
It's the first car I've ever went through with a rag on it. I'm like,
I mean, when it's
so
this
clean.
nice, I would want to do that too. That
I mean-
chassis so clean.
Yeah.
It's a nice car.
There was only a little bit of oil, and I think that's from when you
Probably when we drove it.
It was like right here where the drive shaft
Yeah.
was, and right where it met the rear end. That was it. And there was no oil leaks other than that. So
I was watching y'all's video last night and I was like, oh yeah, they're taking the fuel tank out. Don't
Yeah.
need it.
well, yeah, he was messing around up here, and I'm like, well, that's gotta go.
Yeah,
We're
it's
doing
kind of
this
weird.
and that, yeah.
And then my thought was, I hope it's as nice under the fuel tank. And it is.
Yeah, it's. I mean,
They
it's
did a
beautiful.
good
A couple
job.
little rub marks, but
Yeah.
Yeah, whoever restored this.
yeah, they did a heck
Thorough.
of a job.
Yeah.
If they put pans in it, you can't tell.
Yeah.
Wow, that's true.
Yeah, I don't. I never even looked. I mean, it looks like there's some seam sealer here, so they might have did a whole.
Yes.
If they
Higher
did, they
floor.
did good.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't know the difference.
Yeah. Somebody's gonna get a nice car.
Oh, you could give it away like this, and they already got it.
Well, that's what I've been telling everybody. We could take it to SEMA just the way we bought it.
Yeah.
In all reality, I want your opinion. All I keep hearing about is how horrible these wheels are. Do y'all think they're horrible? I mean, they're not my kind of wheel, but
Dated.
They're just not like, hell yeah, that's a good wheel choice.
I know,
Like,
but I
they're-
mean,
they're nice, but they're not like, they don't set it apart.
We
For
had
me, in my opinion, they don't set it apart.
I had so many comments. It wasn't like, oh, that car's nice. It's like, oh, take those wheels off. And I'm like, they're not that bad, you know?
We had a few comments like
They're
that.
not
Yeah.
bad, but they don't set it apart.
Yeah.
They're not like, for me, a wheel really finishes a car
Oh,
out.
I agree.
And these don't do anything for
Yeah.
me.
And
I
they're-
don't hate them.
Yeah.
I don't think they're bad, but
We're
to me, they
obviously
don't set it apart.
changing them, but I was just
I'm glad to
curious.
hear
It was
that.
so many
I'm
people.
glad to hear that. I'm excited.
It was so many people,
That
though.
wheel.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah, I mean,
Exactly.
That's a good point.
I mean, they're good, but they're just kind of an old guy.
Oh, yeah.
wheel.
Well,
you know, like they're just kind of, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just my
I think
opinion.
it looks
but-
better on a vet,
yeah.
in my opinion.
I
Like
think
an
it-
older vet.
I think if you didn't want to take a risk and you wanted it to look pretty nice, it's a good choice.
Yeah. To me, it's kind of like an old style 57-ish looking back in the 80s,
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's just a very typical choice.
Yeah.
It's not like, damn, that looks good.
Yeah. We
Well,
have.
now I'm excited about what you're thinking.
Oh, we have them picked out. We
We
just
do?
got to give them size, which we'll do that while we're here.
Yeah.
I'll show y'all, but we'll leave everybody in suspense.
Perfect.
So y'all all know who's here, and you know kind of why I'm here, what we're doing, what we're working on, but I haven't showed you what Jeffrey's got done.
Him and I
Decent.
always say you, because I always think your dad's just like yelling at you to get something done.
Nah, he actually, I made him get his hands dirty on this one. No,
So-
he did a lot of work on this.
Oh, I know he did. He blew my phone up all day one day. So, Jeff and Jeffrey have got the mock-up Gen 3 Hemi in the 57, and it really looks like it just should be there.
Yeah, I mean it's mounted too. You really can't see that from up here, but I mean the oil pan's on it, everything. We got clearance all the way around. I mean it's a perfect fit.
I just watched your video last night, and the headers amaze me.
Oh, they amazed me too. When I seen that they were gonna work, I was like, yes.
So what'd you do?
So we actually ended up. I ordered 2 sets from Sandsworth. One's for a Hemi truck, and then one's for a car. I can't remember which model car, but I ended up having to intermingle the two. So one side is a truck header, one side is a car header, but it works. So
No fabrication. They just bolted up.
0. Even got about 1/4 inch of clearance on either side to the frame rail.
So Stainless Works can add a part number.
Yes.
For all the people putting a Gen 3 Hemi in their 57, right?
Such a big market.
You never know, though. It might be the next
All
trend.
the defiant people out
Could be. It very
You know,
well
I
could.
got to imagine that in the 60s, quite a few Hemis went in 57s.
I
would think
agree.
so.
You know, it's funny how many comments I got from people not liking it, and I'm like, there's a guy called Mike Finnegan that's got a pretty famous,
Right.
you know,
Right,
yeah.
Tri-5 with a Hemi in
Yeah.
it, you know?
That's right.
Blasphemy.
Yeah,
And it ends
exactly.
with Hemi.
Exactly.
I mean, Chuck 55, he's got a Hemi in his 55.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, as long as it makes horsepower, it's cool.
That's exactly
8
right.
cylinders pumping out fire.
Yep.
We like it.
Got the Edelbrock supercharger sitting on it. So what do you got lined up for us to do? Like you got
A lot.
What is it on Chip Boose's show? The A-Team's here.
Yes. So we got steering, rear end, brakes, master cylinder, and
Wait, we're changing the rear end? I just drove this thing to a power tour.
yeah, that one's not gonna work. I didn't feel comfortable leaving it in there because, I mean, like I said, this thing
57
didn't
model?
make no horsepower to begin with. So, Quick sent us a 4 9-inch direct bolt-in kit, so it should be pretty simple, but you ain't gonna break it. So,
Emily,
Sounds
I
smart
think,
to me.
I think just like the last time you were here, me and you are going to be putting on brakes. And
Well, you know what cracks me up is Aaron and I, yeah. And I had just done brakes on Roxy, a Bayer set up on Roxy when I came here last time.
A
And
Bayer.
Aaron and I just finished our rear end swap on our 57 Chevy. Of course, the body's up off the chassis and it's just a rolling chassis right now. But it's so funny because we just did that job, so it's hilarious.
it is kind of crazy. And we're glad Aaron's here to help us
Yes.
out. We got some
I
muscle.
Come this time. I don't know about muscle, but I will encourage all of you to
He's got
work.
a big muscle on this noggin. I love it.
Oh, we're
It's gonna be
excited.
fun.
I'm
It's
pretty
going-
good at holding the camera, so I can do that.
Oh, I think you got some mechanicking skills. We know we've seen them.
Little bit.
We've seen them.
This is going to be awesome.
It is.
So we're here and we're going to get going on this thing, but we all had to do our normal catch up, which is like bench racing. That's what we all love to do. When you're hanging out with your buddies, that's a lot of fun. We're gonna go to work.
Yeah, it was kind of a bad design.
All right, we are off and running. It is time to dig in on the Hot Rod Hydrogen 57, built for the future.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
break time again, right?
happening?
And when I say break time, I don't mean take a break.
Take a
I
break.
mean
No.
break time, and it's already got nice brakes on it, but
They're
we
gonna
can't
be
leave.
nicer.
We can't leave well enough alone. So, wheels and tires coming off. New brakes will be going on. Back there, we have a rear end housing center section.
Gonna upgrade all of that as well. Work time. Let's go.
The rest of my videos are usually just time lapse because I'm not a big talker on camera. So
You do a great job.
All right, they're well under the way on the front of this thing.
Yes.
Getting ready for.
Aaron did that side, I did this side. We put
Yeah,
that
we-
new arm on there.
We're putting a rack and pinion on it, so we had to replace these arms right here. We started out the day we were going to do brakes, and I looked at it and I said, well, you know, if we put brakes on it, then we can't get to that. So we just threw those in. Now I guess it's time to start locking up those new brackets on these calipers and see if all that fits. See how it goes.
I'm antsy to just see the rack and the oil pan. That's my
Yeah,
my thing. So this rack literally fits a 57 Chevrolet, and I'm assuming it uses those bolt holes
yeah.
there.
So these bolt holes here, there used to be like a fitment arm that came down on both sides, and since you remove those, you can use those brackets to slide up in there and just use the factory bolts.
Perfect.
That's my very small understanding of just glancing through the instructions, but it seems like it's a good idea to me.
Yeah, instructions. That means pictures for me.
That's what I do. Just pictures.
We're getting there. The stock rear end housing is just about ready to come out.
There's the big beefy rear end stock 1957 Chevrolet thing. That is out. We don't seem to be putting a car together. We seem to be taking it apart. Me and you do that a lot. It's
Yeah.
like take it apart.
that's the fun part.
It is.
I see.
These two are in the process of starting to think about putting a steering rack in here.
Right?
Yeah.
Gonna see how that fitment is.
Way more disassembly than assembly going on.
Yeah, right. There's just a lot of thinking. A
Yes.
little bit of work and a lot of thinking.
Yep.
Like it.
All right, 3 bolts come to my side.
I think that's a pretty cool.
I think it's excellent.
Deal.
On our 57, we just put a new power steering box on it and all that stuff, and it's bulky and it's close to the headers. And I'm
Yeah,
thinking
this-
this is a better design.
This definitely makes the header fitment nice. Now the question is, are we going to get into our Dodge truck oil pan here?
Yeah, I think the answer is yes.
So I'm on my header. Let me see if I can.
Because the header's so close to the chassis.
Yeah.
And my side needs to go up quite a bit to hit my bolt holes.
And we are getting the pan.
Yeah.
Now I wonder if that engine's level where it's going to sit.
I don't
Because
know.
if it went up a little bit, that would give us some more clearance. But we are very close right there.
And it needs to come back some too, which
Yeah.
I
the
think
forward part of the
Yeah,
side pan
I'm
is
off.
our oil pan is definitely going to have to be notched a little bit, I think.
Yep.
That's got Jeffrey's attention. I see him looking.
Jeffrey's like, wah, wah.
That's Jeffrey's deal.
Yep.
I clearance stuff with a hammer.
We may have to do a little
Wanna come
notching.
glance at it?
I knew it.
Yep.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Where does the pickup hit?
Steering rack is tight.
Flying Sparks is flying right along with the steering rack here.
Right.
Yeah, man. Got
Jeffrey
full-
whizzed out a little spot. Got to fill that back in on the oil pan there.
Yep.
We got a couple jugs of JB Weld though.
Yep. And lots of CRC silicone.
Yes. Yeah, that's exactly.
Actually, don't look bad. It looks like it'll go right through there.
Perfect.
That's back to the beauty of working at Lutz Race Cars.
Yeah.
You just make it work.
Yeah.
You just do.
Custom fabrication. awesome.
Yeah, no, I'm not that worried about that. That'll be easy. I might have to just move the joint back on the firewall farther to get it to come down, but
I still think it's so cool, 57 AAA with a rack and pinion. And it literally was 4 bolts.
Yeah, that was very simple. Yeah.
It's cool.
Beautiful.
well, 4 bolts and an oil pan hole.
Yeah, 4 bolts and an oil pan.
It's not 57 as well.
Got the rear end housing setting in here, getting it bolted in. Man, we're moving right along today. This is going good. This car is so nice. You like that?
We are cleaning these brakes up real nice because we're going to disassemble them and upgrade the parts because CPP sent us bigger units, and that's really awesome.
Always better.
Yeah. So that's what's happening right now.
Yeah, I'm being that guy. I'm sitting here just watching you struggle that up in there.
That was that guy this morning.
You got it. We believe in you.
Got a couple that are just a touch off.
It always is that way, first go round.
Yep. Need a hammer.
Big hammer.
Big
Center section going in. I like it. Emily's up there doing what she always does at Lutz race cars, installing big brakes.
Funny.
What is it with us and the big brake thing?
I don't know, man.
We're all about to stomp on the loud pedal, but
I
we
was
also
gonna
have to
say-
have the whoa pedal.
Stomp
whoa
on the
pedal.
stop pedal.
Aaron has been over here getting the brake brackets off of the stock 57 rear end. That's all out. All of the CPP brake parts are going on. All the hammering, when you complain, like Jeff always says, put it in the comments.
You kept talking over the hammering. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, put it in the comments.
commitment.
That's just being hard-headed.
I wasn't gonna let it win.
You definitely cannot
It's in there.
cover.
It's in.
It's in there.
Great job, Jeffrey.
I think the worst part was lifting it up there.
Oh, I thought the worst part was getting it out of that bucket.
Yep, that sucker's heavy. She's all there.
It's all there.
We definitely didn't lose weight switching her around.
So it's kind of a great idea, actually, but quick performance send the center section in a 5-gallon bucket. But through shipping, it was in there. Like we were to the point we thought that the 5-gallon bucket was going to be dismantled, but we got it out. Are we all broken?
Progress.
Break.
We're not
We're
broken.
braked. We're braked. What
Yeah.
would that be? Braked.
We
We
have
have brakes. We have the
we
meats.
have sexy, bigger, more higher performancer breakers.
Yes.
And nice.
And we also found out what size wheels we're going to put on here. We've got that figured out. Jeffrey is back here working on the rear brakes as we speak.
Yep.
Getting that all done.
Pretty much done.
Love it.
We're getting
Love
there.
it.
Well, we're kind of rolling up on the end of, what is this? I guess really technically day 2, but we were only here for a few hours. At the moment, we have put both rear wheels on one side because we think we're going to run wheels and tires that are square. 18 by 8s,
Yeah.
front and rear.
18 by 8.
18 by 8s.
Yep, with a 245 on it.
I have drag race on the brain, and I think fat and skinnies, but I think that probably fits this car.
I like the staggered look too, but I think at this point, like, we don't have the clearance for super wide in the back.
Yep.
And the little bit wider looks nice up front. So
Yep.
if we can do squared, even though they're only 8 inches wide, it's like still gonna look
Yeah.
good, I think. And those wheels are gonna be really cool.
And this is a road car. It's not a drag race car. Although, supercharged HEMI, even at the moment if it is a plastic motor. It does have a plastic motor. I don't even think I've talked about this, but we do have this Holley drive system on the front that's pretty cool. It allows us to get everything tucked in real nice and tight. It also gave us a power steering pump that was needed for the rack that we added in here, and we were able to do away with the big steering box that was there. Still amazed that Jeffrey was able to figure out stainless works headers that fit. Car on one side, truck on the other. Can't wait to hear this thing run. Anytime you can put a supercharger on a HEMI, it's a good thing. The old Edelbrock E-Force 2650. I don't really understand what that means. Y'all were talking about that earlier.
Big
Anybody?
old hefty screws.
Is that what this, the rotor size? Is that what 2650
I
is?
think it's just more air that it grabs, more air forces in. Mine's a 2300 and it's a little bit smaller output than this, so that's what I assume. There'll be lots of people in the comments.
Yeah, put it in the comments down below. That's what Jeff always says. But it is a 2650. This is actually just a shell of a supercharger. It had the real one on earlier. We took it off. And this one, you can see it's still got the plastic on it. It's going to Mr. Mike Copeland at Arrington Performance. That is the engine that come out of the car. Vortec 350. Our TCI torque converter. This is a transmission, a 4L80E. I don't think we're going to end up using that because it was going to require some transmission tunnel cutting. We don't want to do that. This was the mock-up. It will have, from TCI, this reed adapter so that we can adapt the Gen 3 HEMI to a GM transmission. There is the CPP gearbox, steering gearbox that come off. So here's my question. I have one commenter that is wearing me out over putting a Gen 3 HEMI in a classic 57 Chevrolet. And my answer to him, I probably should let y'all answer first, but my answer to him is if you own it, you should be able to do anything you want to with it. And in our case, we're doing this for kids' education. That was my answer, but he still doesn't seem real happy about it. But
Well, we know the bottom line is that you're never going to make everyone happy, right?
Yeah.
And so when it's your vehicle or something that you've been commissioned to work on and you're excited about doing what you're doing regarding anything, but the power plant especially, like that makes this build really unique. And our good friend Mike Finnegan has HEMI swapped his Tri-5 as well, and that car is wildly popular.
Yeah.
And it's part of its persona. Blasphemy. It's crazy to put a Mopar engine in a Chevy, but like it's cool, and to do something unique is cool.
Is the same person going to complain that just about every hot rod in the world has a 9-inch Ford differential?
Oh,
in it?
that's a good point. Good point.
I mean, what we're doing and what we enjoy is hot rodding. Hot rodding is taking the best parts and making something you go racing in. We're not trying to build classic cars, and we never have. So this is fun for us, and I mean, honestly, my opinion is, if you have a problem with it, go get your own 57 and build it the way you want. That's the cool thing about what we do.
So his real comment, it kind of just come to me. I've had a lot of tire shake in my life, so sometimes I don't remember things the way I should. His thing that he asked me, and asked me multiple times, is if I had a 70 HEMI Challenger, would I put an LS in it or whatever? And I'm like, if it makes me happy, yes, I would if I owned the car.
Yeah.
I would love to own a 70 HEMI Challenger, but I don't have that kind of money. But
Right.
But I still go back to, I wish I could remember your name, and I'm not trying to point you out in any stretch. This build is about raising money for scholarship funds. And it is totally unique. It's not only a 57 Chevrolet, it's a Gen 3 HEMI, and it's going to run on hydrogen. I mean, it's a cool car. Nobody's ever done this, and that's what we're doing. And we're going to raise some money for kids, right?
That's right.
It's going to be really cool.
I agree.
And unique, which is a really neat feature too. It's going to be unique.
And I love the fact you're putting
cool.
tools away.
Yeah, I like doing that at the end of the day.
She has to, because I'll just put them all in a pile on the floor. we wouldn't have tools if it wasn't for putting them away.
I like doing it.
I got a friend that's got a lot of Snap-ons, and he thinks they're going to grow because he seems to plant them all the time.
Absolutely.
Oh, Jeffrey's over here cleaning up, hauling off garbage. I am literally just filming because
Hey,
it's the end of the
that's
day.
what we're
It is, exactly.
It's all part of it. But
So I was talking about somebody probably would love to have an original 57 Chevrolet rear end, and you said you got 2 or 3 of them sitting up here already.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, somebody wants it, come get it.
Exactly. I wonder
I mean, we can't really use it. I mean,
No, we would break everything.
yeah, everything we got's 500-600 and up
Yeah.
horsepower, and that's just that's a risky business leaving that in there.
Yeah. I wonder what that is. I mean, to me,
It's like
looking
an
at
8
it,
point something. I forget.
it reminds me of an 8 3/4, Mopar deal.
Yeah,
Which I broke a lot of those in my life. Anyway, she's now got a quick performance 9-inch in it.
Yep. We got that done. I mean, man, we got a lot done today.
We did. Got all the brakes are on.
Steering rack's in it. I mean, tomorrow we got to do the brake booster. Started kind of eyeballing the exhaust. I mean, I think we're really on a downhill slide.
Yep.
I mean, we'll be kind of waiting for parts after the exhaust and this stuff is done.
Yep.
So I think we're heading in the right direction.
Yep. TCI's working on our transmission as we speak, machining the case for that Reed bell housing.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, that's really the final piece of the puzzle.
Yep.
Mike at Arrington's working on the motor. I got to ship him the blower, which hopefully I can get that out probably Monday to
Yep.
him.
I know the motor is currently in machine shop right now, so
Okay.
it won't be.
Yeah, so they'll be waiting on that
Yep.
pretty here soon.
Yep. So it's going to be interesting. The cool thing, I don't know if we'll be able to, but boy, I would love to be there when they dyno that thing because
That would be cool.
That would be really cool.
Yeah. I don't know. Looking at both of our schedules.
Yeah, it's not happening.
No, I wish.
Yeah.
But
So I thought it was kind of funny yesterday off camera. You were saying you can't wait to hear it because is it going to sound different?
yeah,
You
I
know,
mean,
it's not going to
like
be
I told
running on gasoline.
yeah, like I told you guys, like when we fire Mad Max up on alcohol, it's kind of quieted.
Yeah.
Then you fire that thing up on 93, and it's a whole different animal. So I'm just kind of curious to hear
Yeah.
the pitch of this motor and
Yep.
what it sounds like.
I'm
When
anxious.
Works sent us a full exhaust kit, and their stuff always sounds good.
Oh, it does. I know.
It's the highest quality exhaust you can get.
It's amazing. We get comments all the time about the GTO we did. That thing sounds freaking amazing.
Yes, it does.
That GTO freaking sounds so good. The stainless exhaust and the old supercharger. And it's got chop.
Oh yeah,
It's
all
got
the
chop. It
If
does.
if it's got an LS, it's got to have chop.
It's got it. It's got it. It's got
Which-
chop.
Well, I'm doing a little video too that no one's seen yet, but Alex's car, I'm doing a little video on that, on doing the DOD delete, putting a camshaft in it, full headers, full exhaust. So.
And it's a Yukon, right?
Yeah, it's a 2016 Yukon with a 6.2 in it, and I mean, I can't leave anything alone. It started out as just had a collapsed lifter, and I'm like, yeah, LS7 lifters in it, DOD delete, camshaft, headers. She'll be the only one at our trippy school with some chop in her Yukon, so it'll be good.
It will.
It'll be good.
So tomorrow, I don't know what all we'll get into, but I'll bet you this, it's going to be fun. I kind of got an idea, but I'm going to make y'all wait. See you tomorrow.
That was not hard.
All right, the YouTubers are doing the YouTube thing. Aaron hopped under the dash.
Yep.
Jeffrey's under the hood.
Yeah, Jeffrey just sucked
What
out.
are we, I don't
all
want
the
to say
brake
we're
fluid.
avoiding it, but what are we doing this morning?
So we are installing the electric assist boost brake booster. Let me say that again because words. We're installing this electric assist brake booster from CPP. And I'm going to keep drinking coffee so that my words come out a
Correctly.
little better.
Yeah.
But we have never installed one of these, and none of us have used one of these before, so we're really excited about it. It's going to be pretty techy and cool, but we've been hearing a lot of feedback as far as different genres of motorsports using this. It's pretty like,
I think it's kind of
nifty.
cool.
Yeah.
What started us on the process is the HEMI valve cover was going to be really close, and this moves everything over 2 inches.
brings it forward and over.
Over, so-
So we have more clearance.
Yep. And we got Charlie here today. He's taking photos. Everybody that has followed along with all of our CRC builds, Charlie's been here, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
And me and you are continually finding ways to
Avoid work.
let those two get this job
You know,
done.
it's funny because this is kind of a one-person job. Like, for all of us here, this is the last thing on our list. This is our last day working on this car. And we were like, well, you know, it's a pretty simple job. And, you know, you and I, Clay, we're going to film it.
Yes.
And we're going to make sure people at home get to watch this process.
And we probably should give a little bit more info. It's the last day that we're here to work on the car until the next time we're here.
True.
And the one guy that will continually be working on the car is that guy right there.
He makes it all happen.
Yes.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I feel like I drew a short straw on that one. I don't know what that was.
There goes the paint, Jeffrey. No,
My
I'm just
bad.
kidding.
Oh, no, it was just a bracket deal.
I think it was a bronze washer.
I feel like that's in your way. It is.
Yeah,
I found this.
But I gotta have it on.
Yep.
I found this guy.
Yep. That's for that bolt we took out.
Okay. Goes through that bracket.
Yep.
Definitely gained some room right there. But we gained some length this way, which doesn't matter, not in a way.
It just goes like along the inner fender. And
Yep.
it looks clean.
I think so. And modern for a 57 Chevrolet.
Very modern.
Yeah. So I'm going to be truthful. We don't know this for a fact, but this may be like Tesla equipment. Or do we know that for a fact?
I know he said EV.
Okay.
I don't know.
Boy, that'll get some comments down below. EV parts in a 57 Chevrolet that we're putting a HEMI in.
It's already zero emissions. We're already using keywords that can fire people up. So why not just bring on more?
Dang, Jeffrey, you know,
What?
it would probably be easier if we left this out until you got the steering done. I'm just thinking
I'm
of
probably
you.
gonna have to do the steering from the bottom.
Bottom, okay.
Yeah. I was looking at that yesterday and I was like, ooh, that's gonna be a tricky one.
Yeah.
So I'll probably end up having to modify that header a little bit.
Yeah. Well, truth is, you've already done one of these steering deals in a 57.
Yes, but it had up and forward turbo headers.
Ah, yeah.
So it was
Yeah,
just a
wouldn't. Yeah,
direct
that's
shot
true.
straight through. But I mean, it's no big deal.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, the black 57 turbos.
Yeah.
No headers headed down.
Just a lot more tubing up front.
All right, you two. Not YouTube.
Right? Just call me Sonny. Sonny Bono. Bono Sonny. Mr. Bono. Yeah.
It is a lot of room under there, ain't it, Aaron?
No, it's great, man.
You rest your head on the trans
Are you
tunnel?
looking that up?
No, I'm just kind of holding it here.
Oh, okay. I was
Wait,
gonna say, I
no.
gotta get that other.
Yep.
Hey, Emily.
Yes, sir.
This wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it would be.
Right? I mean, we're doing nothing. We are documenting it, which is highly important, but it's a really quite a simple job.
Yeah, for
If
me and
you're
you,
at
it was
home-
real simple.
If you're at home and you want to add electric assist brakes to your vehicle, seems like Clay and I feel like it's a pretty simple job.
Well, that is going to be a wrap on this version of our trip to Lutz Race Cars.
Jeffrey will continue to hammer away. Emily and Aaron.
We'll be supporting from Texas.
Hey, don't think you might not be back before this thing's
I'll be
done.
here any day I can.
It's always fun.
Sure is.
And
We got to thank CRC for allowing us to do this. And I got to thank each and every one of you guys for watching, liking, subscribing, sharing. This car is so freaking cool. Cannot wait. And remember, no matter what you think about what we're doing with the Gen 3 HEMI and a 57 running on hydrogen, this car is going to a fantastic cause. scholarship funds for tech schools, and we love it. See you guys in the next one. Until next time, 57.
I've got a ton of gravel in my shoe, world on my shoulder.